I don't give two shits about the Roman Empire, dude. The Egyptians are way more fascinating. That's who I'm thinking about. And that's what I told Savannah when she asked me. I said, no, I think about the Egyptians like a normal person. All right. Episode 85 of the Fair Enough podcast. Happy Ocho Cinco episode.
That's
For
fair.
the GOAT,
Happy Ocho Cinco.
Chad Johnson. Then a bunch of other ones, I'm sure.
Yeah.
A bunch of good ones out there.
Did you know that Chad Johnson, I know this is pretty public, but like this dude just eats McDonald's like it's his job.
Yeah. And I hate to tell you, folks, we got a lot of food topics prepped here, and this wasn't one of them, and we're going to get into this. And then we got a draft of fall things at the end. But yeah, dude, how do you, those people's metabolisms make no fucking sense to me. Like, how do you not hit the age of 30 and that just doesn't catch up to you?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care how hard you're training, but like this dude was like, yeah, every day I eat McDonald's breakfast every day. And he has the same order. And it's like, dude, like, it's not like he overeats, but like, the fuck, man? Like, that shit blows my mind. Then you see, I mean, like, my fat ass, like, obviously I don't train as hard and all that stuff, but like, I fucking eat healthy I eat
You
healthy
don't
for
train
a
as
week.
hard as an NFL player?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Thought you were
Like,
right
dude,
up there.
I can't lose weight if I fucking try, dude. It sucks.
Right.
It's like, but this guy just steady, I don't know, and is the best player on the field all the time. It just scares me.
I think a lot of guys do that too. Like some guys just eat like junk.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like DK came out and said he like eats 3 bags of candy a day.
Yeah, dude, that was ridiculous. That was the one I was thinking of. I was like, there's somebody that just said that they like to eat candy.
Yeah. Then you got like Marshawn is like, oh, before every game, shot of Hennessy. Like,
Yeah.
what? What are we talking about? Like, I don't know. Just makes me laugh, man.
Yeah.
But
so we saved this for the show because we started talking about it and then you wanted to talk about it. Mike and I both just had some Mexican food. Mike had a torta. If you don't know what a torta is, it is a Mexican burger, basically. And they're fucking bomb.
Yeah.
And I had a chimichanga.
And I said that is the like most Michigan shit I've ever heard because like I don't even know places that sell chimichangas in Chicago. Like
What?
I swear to God, I've never been to a Mexican joint and seen like it's like burritos, like I've never seen the chimichanga section of a menu unless it's like all the way at the bottom where no one sees it. Like it's just such a non thing around here, I feel.
Have you ever had one though?
I've never had a chimichanga that wasn't like a frozen one that I got at fucking Jewel for $1.50. That's what I'm saying. Like I've never had like a real one, but like also no, I've never had a chimichanga.
Also what, dude? They're good.
Yeah, but like I feel like it's such an American thing. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on this, but like I'm pretty sure burritos in general are super like Americanized. Like they're not super traditional.
It's definitely an American thing.
Yeah.
For people that don't know what a chimichanga is, it's when I describe it, it's very American. We took a Taco Bell Dorito and we said, you know what would fucking make this better? If we deep fry it. So that's what we did. And that's what a chimichanga is. It's a deep fried burrito.
Yeah,
and then if you're smart, you get queso poured on top of it.
So you have that it's like a white man's burrito suizo, essentially.
Well, yeah, what's that?
That's a burrito with the cheese that's melted over the top of it, but like the actual like Chihuahua cheese or whatever they call it, or the Oaxacan. And then they have like a chili sauce of some sort, whether, depending on what kind it is, but it's a burrito suizo. And I'm probably saying that so white, but
I was gonna say, dude, is this a regional thing? Because I've never heard that before in my life.
First of all, I've gotten a burrito suizo in Saginaw, so fuck off. Suizo suizo, which I believe just means like covered in cheese, like literally.
Yeah.
But it's just funny to hear you like say chimichanga with like such like you live in Detroit, so I'm assuming you went to like a decent Mexican joint.
Yep.
And you went for someone's birthday, so I'm really assuming it's a decent place. and
It's a
you
good spot.
ordered a chimichanga. Like, to me,
Correct.
that's the whitest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, you couldn't do that if
No,
you tried around here.
you know what's white? That
What?
it's their specialty, and they even have it on their T-shirts, is the
What?
puffy tacos.
What is that?
Literally just a taco, but the, uh, like, soft shell tortilla is, like, puffed out.
Oh, what the fuck? I've never even heard of that. Is that like a thing? Or is
It's a
that just
thing
their
now.
thing?
It seems like it's, like, a trendy thing now for
Really?
American Mexican restaurants.
Dude, you know something else? I didn't know what it was until I went to Michigan, which, by the way, doesn't have any good Mexican joints, at least in like the Saginaw area where I live. So I was like, this sucks because I eat
Not
Mexican
true,
like,
dude.
pro-
Coco Loco's fire.
yeah, Coco Loco was the only place that was halfway decent, and it wasn't. I would say it was mid at best. But I'm not here to judge. I'm not here
Coco
to
Loco's
judge.
an unbelievable name too. You gotta give it to them,
Coco
man.
Loco. Oh, yeah, no, absolutely no doubt on that.
I
But
mean, that's
I'm pretty sure Coco Loco, maybe that's not the one that has it, but the wet burrito.
yeah,
Like,
that's what Rob Senior gets at Coco Loco. He says, "Give me one of
yeah,
them wet burritos."
which that is, I've never heard of that
Yeah,
ever
with the
before in
corn
my life.
tortilla.
Yeah, it's such a weird. I don't know, dude. I don't know. And dude, Coco Loco, I believe, does not have horchata. And when I found that out, I almost shit my pants. Do you know what horchata is?
No,
Horchata? It's like a rice milk. It's like cinnamon. It's like milk made from like rice and cinnamon, and it's fucking delicious. Like, you don't get like chunks of rice in it, but it's fire. Very traditional Mexican drink and nowhere to be found in the Tri Cities. And I just think I just wanted to talk about it, and just it's just crazy how different our Mexican experiences are, but yeah, we still love them in the same. You know what I mean?
right. It's like whoever the Mexicans were that took the journey, the Greyhound bus up to Chicago and Detroit, they were
Yeah,
different groups. They weren't the
yeah,
same. They had
yeah,
different thoughts going on, and they're like, "We're not making tacos like that, like they do over there in fucking
yeah.
Chicago. We're not doing it."
It's it's wild.
Have you had, Jack, a chimichanga or a torta?
I have had quite a few chimichangas, but I've never had a torta before, but I would absolutely love to.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a good switch up from a tortilla. It's nice because it's just a piece of bread. It's like you said, it's a burger, but it's steak, lettuce, sour cream, tomato, beans,
Mm.
avocado on a piece of bread. It's delicious. It's a good switch up from a tortilla.
Speaking of a good switch up, I a good switch up from a PB&J is an Uncrustable. And do you know who just literally about an hour and a half ago tweeted that he is addicted to Uncrustables right now and he's pounding about 4 a day?
Who?
Your boy Big Cat.
Oh, dude, we're on the same page, dude. Tell Big Cat to hit me up, bro. I just was talking about it.
He just
They're
tweeted it out
unreal.
because he's got, I think his son is like 4 now, which is probably
Yeah.
money Uncrustable stage.
Oh yeah.
So his house is probably just filled with them. What a terrible play. Like, how do you, when I have kids that are that age, it's going to be fucking over for me. I'm going to have to live at the gym.
Well, hopefully you can burn it off by chasing the little boy around.
Dude, there's just too much good stuff to have at that age. There's fruit snacks around all the time. I can't handle it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get the organic stuff, and then you get the Uncrustables to just kind of even it all out. You got to get the
Right.
healthy snacks because those kids don't fucking know any better until they go to
No.
school and they start trading snacks, and they're like, "Mom and Dad, what
Yeah.
happened?
You ever
You've
heard of
been
a
fucking me."
Twinkie? These guys got Twinkies. I'm eating bark.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell? I'm eating angel food cake, and you got me
Yeah,
fucking
that
got
sucks.
Twinkies at the house.
My cake's got a tangerine in it.
Yeah, man. And they're frying Twinkies. And I saw at Riot Fest this week, they had fried Snickers. I didn't try them, but my buddy was like, we got to get them. I'm like, dude, I've already spent way too much money and I feel too fat right now. I'm not getting
Yep.
a fried fucking Snickers right now.
Have you had a fried Snickers?
I've never had a fried any dessert like that.
You never had a fried Oreo?
Never had a fried Oreo.
Oh my
They also
god.
had those. Dude, honestly, like it's one of those things. It's like smoking to me, right? Like I'm very anti-smoking. Like I'll do drugs, I'll get hammered out, whatever. I'm cool with all that. I won't smoke. I won't smoke weed. I won't smoke a cigar. I won't smoke a cigarette.
Mhm.
Like I'm very anti frying my dessert. I don't know what it is. I just the concept. It's just like one of those things. Like I've done enough snacking in my life to where I don't need to add fried snacks to my life. It just would be a downward spiral if I did that. You
You
know?
are a snacky guy. That is good discipline on your part because you do like you know your
Oh,
snacks. You know your way
I am
around some snacks.
I am a snacker, and it's problematic, but it's like it's never gonna end. Like
Right.
I'll always be a snacker.
And if you keep the discipline and stay out of the extra fatty foods,
Yeah,
you'll
and
probably be all right.
I think, over the years, I've learned to not, hey, I don't need a chocolate bar every day. Like, it's like, you get something that's a little, not necessarily healthier, but just not as bad, Like, you
Right.
don't have to have four Twinkies, you just have one Twinkie, you know?
Yeah. Let's
So,
try to push like 75, 80 rather than 55, 60.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
the
Well, I
choice.
don't, I don't need all those extra years. Let's get real.
No, yeah, 65. Um, this just made me think of something else that I didn't even write down. Where do peanuts come from? Do they grow in the ground? Are they coming off
I,
trees?
I think they're like potatoes. I think they grow in the ground.
Who's growing them?
I feel so dumb. I do not know at all, though. I
Jack? Need you.
I don't
Jack's
know,
gonna
but
look it up. Jack
I
doesn't
think
know
that
either. That
they
makes me feel better.
I
I felt
think
like
that
he was
they
gonna
grow
know.
in the ground, and I would assume there's peanut farmers just like there's everything farmers. We're just from the Midwest, so we only see certain things get farmed at a very
Mhm.
high level, at a high rate. There's,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
like
rain makes corn, corn makes
yeah,
whiskey. That's the
yeah,
thing that we do
exactly,
around here.
They are
100%.
indeed like potatoes, but they're more like carrots than potatoes.
I mean,
What does
close
that
enough. I
mean?
don't. Yeah,
How's a
what the
carrot
fuck?
growing?
You can you could pull. It's got an actual like a
Oh,
plant,
yeah,
probably.
Yeah, it's like a plant that grows a bushel of them underground.
really?
Can we get Jack? I need you to be at about 12 minutes on the cut and just get the face that Bob made. It was beautiful.
They're growing in the ground. Where are they coming from? Do you got like a region of the world?
Southeast United States is a major player in the peanut butter world.
That sounds accurate.
Florida?
The Virginia and Carolina area.
Ooh, I like that.
Really? The
Imagine just
nut
having like
states.
imagine having like a bushel of peanuts, like you had like a thing of grapes. And you're just
Yeah, that's a $1 million idea. All these bars got you throwing nuts on the floor. Keep your nuts on the vine. You'll get
yeah,
people rolling in
exactly.
it. They're like, these come on a fucking vine? People will go just because they don't believe it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
I'd
fucking
be
yeah.
there.
It's a tourist attraction.
Yeah, dude, it is.
Yeah, peanuts.
Uh,
Why do you bring up peanuts though? Just because you don't know where they're from, or do you like peanuts in something?
no, I was uh looking at somebody that was eating pistachios the other day, and I was like, damn, I really miss pistachios. Like, I should get a bag of pistachios. And then I was like,
Mm,
where in the fuck is a pistachio growing? Where is a nut growing?
yeah, dude.
And then
Oh,
I
you
was
know
baked
it's
at the time, I think, and I started to think like maybe peanut butter came before the nut. And I was going fucking reverse that way on it.
You're like,
Uh,
hold on, hold on, hold
yeah, I was like,
on,
wait a second. No, no, no. They crushed the
dude.
nuts to make peanut butter.
It's funny you bring up pistachios. Um, there's no you never look cooler in your life than when you are eating pistachios. Like my coworker today was eating pistachios and like talking to me at the same time, and he just was cool as hell. He just had
Mhm.
like a couple in his hand, like shaking them
Yep.
around like they were dice. You just
Yep.
bite, especially when he's clean with it. The guy obviously eats a lot of pistachios. Just clean with the crack. Like
Yep.
I was like, man, I don't think you can ever look cooler than when you're eating pistachios, dude. You might as well go and bang on a jukebox, bro.
That could be. I was gonna say that could be a play at a bar. Just stand in the corner and just muck pistachios.
Dude, I was like, man, like if you got it down, if you have it, like if you have
Right.
good form, I was like, man, this guy knows how to
What
eat
would
some nut.
be what would be like a hilarious nut to be eating at the bar? Like you got the fucking
Like
nutcracker out eating
walnuts. Yeah, I was
walnuts,
gonna say
Yeah,
you need
you're eating a
walnuts.
walnut. Yeah.
just making a fucking mess everywhere.
Dude,
Yeah,
walnut.
dude. Embrace debate. What's the hottest nut to eat? Is it a pistachio?
I mean, it's gotta be, man. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I mean, when you
I
crush
think
a
that's the
peanut
only one.
and you got to do the little fucking,
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
just
know,
not as smooth as a
not
pistachio.
good looking.
that's
No.
the
You can
only one you
tongue
can do
out
the
a
dice
pistachio.
roll with. You're
Yeah,
right. That's the sickest move.
Hmm.
it's just a good look. I mean, cashews are simple. Almonds, but you don't
Yeah.
look hot.
Those
Those are
don't,
just like,
no.
yeah,
And
it's
those
not
don't really
hot.
do it for you. Those are health
You don't
nuts.
need, yeah, you don't
Yeah,
need to be heart healthy at the bar. Come on,
No.
yeah, yeah.
fucking
Okay.
bring a bag of Cheerios with you.
I love a good nut.
How often do you guys, how, how often do you guys think about the Roman Empire? I got asked this the other day. It's TikTok trend everywhere right now. I'm sure everybody's
I
seen
don't
it.
know. Maybe once a month.
Wow.
What do
Is
you,
that a lot?
is that a lot or a little, Jack?
I don't think that's nearly enough. We need to get those numbers up, Michael.
I'm going like I'm bi-monthly at this point. I'm 6 times a year I'm thinking about the Roman Empire.
Wow.
I don't give two shits about the Roman Empire, dude. The Egyptians are way more fascinating. That's who I'm thinking about.
Dude,
And that's what I told Savannah when she asked me. I said, "No, I think about the Egyptians like a normal person."
I do think about the Egyptians a lot. But dude, I think about the Roman Empire all the fucking time.
Do you?
Yeah,
More or less, let's gauge this right now. More or less than World War II.
more than
Yeah.
World War II. I don't know. World War II gets brought up more, I think,
It does.
Yeah.
It was a
but
good war.
it was one of the greatest. The
It
whole
was
world
one of
was
the
in it.
better wars. It
And
was
Yeah,
no,
top
the
but
whole
five for
world.
sure.
I think the Roman Empire I think about more. But
Really?
the Egyptians give them a run for their money. I mean, I also think about those folks a lot. And then there's that one fact that the Egyptians, like the quote unquote ancient Egyptians that we refer to, were as old to the Romans as the Romans are to us. Ancient Rome was 2,000 years ago, and the ancient Egyptians, again, quote unquote, were
Mhm.
4,000 years ago.
Damn. So they were talking about the Egyptians like that was a beat ago.
Yeah, there was a TikTok trend 2,000 years ago. How often do you think about the Egyptians?
Dude, it was too. It was too. And they were like fucking all the time. Like those
All the
guys
time.
did everything.
Yeah.
Like basically every day
Oh.
they would. What do you think specifically about the Roman Empire?
So
Either of you, when you're thinking about
I was
it.
about to say this is the thing. So the reason why I bring up the only time I ever think about the Romans is when I hear about sodomy, which for anybody that doesn't know, that's butt fucking.
Yeah.
And I always think about
One reason to think about it.
I think about that, and I think about dolphins when I think about butt fucking, and then because dolphins rape. I don't know, dude. I got a weird mind. But then
We'll
the
get
reason
there.
why I
Let's land
probably
this plane.
probably when I the second thing is the reason why I probably once a month is because I probably hear the song "Flashing Lights" once a month, and he says what, "Come home, Mona Lisa, you know you can't roam without Caesar" or whatever, and he's Roman, right? He was Roman, yeah, and that's about
Caesar.
as Caesar, yeah, it's about as far as my Roman. I don't think about him that much as a whole. I just think about butt fucking and Kanye, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Caesar.
Oh yeah, the Romans. They were
Yeah.
a people at one point because of the
Yeah,
butt
that's-
fucking and the Kanye.
Yeah. That's where
Why
my
do you
head's
think
at.
about him, Jack?
Dude, a lot of my favorite facts are from ancient Rome. I could rattle off a gajillion. And not just facts about Rome, facts that came out of Rome.
Let's hear like a
Like
good
butt
top
fucking.
3 here. Yeah, like butt
I'll give you
fucking
my
and
favorite
Kanye.
one. My favorite one. So the Latin word for lead, okay, is plumbum, right?
Right.
And they used to use it for their plumbing. Like they were the folks who kind of started doing that shit. Like the beginning of the Roman Empire was a lot of shitting in the streets and things like that, but they did eventually figure out that lead was a good thing to make pipes out of. And now that is why the lead like symbol on the periodic table is Pb.
Oh,
Plum bomb. It comes from the Latin word.
plum bum.
Yep.
That's a good one.
It is a good one.
That is
It
a
is a
good
good
one.
one.
So
Also,
they
what?
invented plumbing.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're the forefathers. But bro, also, I don't know how much you guys know about the aqueducts, but that shit is absolutely absurd.
I hear that word get thrown around once every 4 or 5 years. I don't know what it means.
It was just like they transported fresh water like hundreds of miles in
Was
some
this like the
instances.
things where it was like zit, zit, zit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. Yep.
That's the one. That's the one. Well, dude, in some of the tallest bridges that were ever constructed like up until 1,000 years ago, were these aqueducts just carrying water.
Damn, that is sick.
Yeah, it's sick.
So
But
they were
dude, they
like,
were
we're
known
not
for
going
having
to
a bunch
live
of
by the water.
bathhouses and yeah, exactly. They were like some of the first to be able to do that. Most people needed to be by the water.
Yep.
Correct.
Well, they saw the Egyptians built the pyramids, and they said those blocks look heavy. Let's transport something a little easier. Water's
Yeah.
light.
They were like, those
Let's
blocks
do the
look
water
heavy.
thing.
He's like, he goes, now we were playing bad cop, and I had to go above and beyond the pyramids, but we couldn't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I went with aqueducts.
So water it is, aqueducts,
Yeah.
and
More,
plumbing.
yeah. Once again, water.
Okay. Shout out to the Romans. Anything else on the Romans and the trend? Trend's crazy. Too many people, by the way, saying that they think about this shit like every day. That's just a fucking lie.
Yeah. People that say that, there's like two things you think about every day, and it's like fucking sex and stress, you know? That's
Pretty
And the
much.
pyramids.
I mean,
And the pyramids, yeah. Just aliens in general.
yeah.
Ready to get into hard stance?
I mean, it's not really a hard stance. I think it's more of a soft stance in a hard way.
But do I get to pick a side?
Yeah.
Okay, dope.
So I've had a change of heart over since I don't drink coffee all that much, but I'm on the pumpkin spice blend or train. I'm on it.
I didn't know
I'm
we were
pro.
gonna tip picks.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Fall Kings. Either way,
Zero integrity to this draft.
I'm just saying, I'm all about it.
I'm gonna back you up here. Which is, if there's anyone that I was gonna be against you on, I would have thought it would have been coffee. But Savannah gave me a drink. I try every one of her drinks against my will. All of her coffee drinks.
Mm-hmm.
They're like 59 for 60. Gross. But that one
Really?
was that little pumpkin joint, dude, with the fucking with the foam on top.
Yeah.
Dude, I dig that one a lot. And it had like the cinnamon or whatever they put on the top of it, like those little brown little bits there. Yeah, I'm all about that one. It didn't taste nearly as much like coffee. It just tasted like a pumpkin hot chocolate almost.
Yeah. I think I'm just on the pumpkin train. Like I have been on the pumpkin muffin and the pumpkin donut for the last like 3 years, but I always hated on the coffee because I'm not a coffee guy. And I'm like, dude, fuck these pumpkin spice lattes, yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
But the cold brew with the pumpkin spice foam,
mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm on it. I'm just on it, and I never thought I'd say that publicly.
I stand with you.
Yeah, I will say. What? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I was gonna take it off this for a second.
I was gonna say, but I am still very hard against all the bullshit stereotypes and all the bullshit that comes along with the pumpkin spice, though. Like, just the horse fuckery that goes on girls' Instagrams about PSL season and like the fucking just like it's just like a whole ass vibe, and I don't like the vibe. I just like the taste.
So you're saying, and I think what they're doing is just embracing fall as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll get into more of that in our draft. But you're essentially saying, get the drink, good drink, too much hype though.
100%, and it's corporate America. It's big coffee
It
that
is
isn't
big coffee.
that's not leaving it out all year long. That is just brainwashing the fucking white girls of America into having to fucking post PSL season and blah 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 all the fucking time. That's just really tearing our country apart.
Oh yeah, dude. It's
Uh,
it's big white girl. Big white girls
oh,
got their
it's
hands on Shamrock Shake too, and they won't let
yeah,
us have that either.
no. Yeah, and then it's like you're almost it's like you fucking you get a PSL and someone's like, "What are you fucking gay?" And you're like,
Exactly.
"What, dude? Like, no,
Yeah,
dude, I just like
now
good
we can't
stuff."
have them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like even if I was, fuck you, you know, I'm drinking
Yep.
my pumpkin spice.
That's why Big White Girl put out that Roman TikTok trend. They're trying to learn more about us.
Yeah,
Like, all right, maybe these
motherfuckers.
fucks like history. Let's dip into the Romans a little bit, see what they're saying. And then we just answer every single time, no matter what they ask. We're just open and honest. And then we just get fucked.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to the fellas out there getting swindled. Real quick before we get into the fall draft. You know, last thing that I was thinking about this weekend was I mean, when I'm looking at like a coach, like an NFL coach, I can't bring myself to picture them in anything other than like what they got on.
Like a
The
polo and
only
a
one I could
headset.
do it with is Andy Reid because we see him in those goofy ass Hawaiian shirts all the time. But like, what the fuck does Dan Campbell's torso look like? I have no idea, dude. That's a crazy thought. Does he just have 2 fucking cannons down there and then like 6 fucking mini cannons for abs? Like maybe. Or does like Bob Sala go home and put a turtleneck on? Like what are these guys doing when they're not coaching? Because I feel like they're just always in coach gear and you'll never know.
I feel like what's the Dolphins head coach name?
Mike,
McDaniels or whatever.
yeah, Mike
Oh, dude, that
McDaniels.
guy wears like and one.
Yeah, I was gonna no. I was gonna
Oh
say
yeah,
he's
dude,
like the
baggy shorts, do
he's got
rag.
like the cargo shorts and the Florida flops, no sandals.
I'm picturing him looking like Napoleon Dynamite's brother when he's dating the chick, and he's got the do rag on and
Yeah, yeah.
and the fucking glasses still on. Like that's Mike McDaniel.
The tube socks, but they're like off brand, like they don't have
Yeah.
a logo on them.
Yes.
That's fucked up. I don't know. That is funny to think about too, though, because you're like, imagine Dan Campbell in like a fitted suit. You can't.
Yeah. What would that even look like?
So I'm saying all I can think of if he was to wear a suit, he'd be that guy who's still living in the '90s wearing like an oversized suit because he's too big to fit in a fucking Cole suit, and he had to go get the big and tall because there was no
Dude.
one fitting anybody. You know.
And he did. The only time I've ever seen him wear a suit was his opening press conference. And it was like one of the worst suits you'll ever see. And it was
Yeah.
exactly that, too. Like baggy, like he
Yeah.
got it like 3 sizes too big. He looked like a fucking gangster. It was like a striped suit.
Mm-hmm.
It was nuts.
Well, dude, the picture they put out before the season with all the coaches in one big photo.
That's the
That
only one you
photo,
think of.
yeah, and you're like looking at these guys and you're like, God damn. I mean, they are also all fucking 60, but like you're like, man, these guys don't know what they're doing out there. Like, who dressed you?
And you know what's funny is that it's hard to recognize them in that picture.
Oh, it's
Because
very
they're not
hard.
wearing their regular coach shits. You're
Yeah.
like, who the fuck are all these people?
Especially
are
if
these
they're
the
a hat
trainers?
guy. Yeah, especially if
Right.
they're a hat guy and they don't got their hat on, and you're like, who the fuck is this guy? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of whites. Yeah. It's not a
Like,
good look.
thinking about who the fuck was the coach for South Carolina forever that wore the visor?
What's his name?
Like,
You think visors are cool? What's
Yeah,
it?
dude.
Why can't I think of his name?
I don't know. My brain.
Spurrier,
is
Steve Spurrier.
Yeah, Steve Spurrier. Like
Yeah.
whenever you'd see him without the visor on, like when he would do TV, you'd be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah.
And be like, "Oh, it's forehead Steve. We've never seen the forehead." Checks
Uh,
out.
checks out is right. That's hilarious.
And you know what's funny? A guy that we've seen a bunch that no longer coaches is Mike Ditka. And I always think about him like in Kicking and Screaming. And I'm like, he was wearing normal people clothes. And everybody was like, that must have been weird for Bears fans at first. Like the older Bears fans that were like, is that Ditka in a t-shirt?
Look at fucking Mike Dick on a t-shirt.
Look at fucking Mike Ditka. No shades, no stogie, t-shirt.
Yeah, that's funny.
All right. We ready?
Yeah.
Let's get into some cute PSL type of shit here. Let's get into the fall draft. You got a wheel for us, Jack?
Oh, I got a wheel.
Okay,
We're just gonna
so the
do a
way,
couple of rounds and talk about it. What do you want to do here?
yeah, let's do 3 rounds. If we're feeling still like we got good lists after 3, we'll go for a 4th round. Is that fair?
Sure.
And we can veto depending on thoughts
Well,
and feelings of the pick.
if I get the number 1 overall, there might be a very vetoable pick right off the rip.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right, are we ready?
Yep. Hit us.
Yeah.
What are we doing? This is for first overall?
Of course, it's
Sure.
Bob. It's always Bob.
Sure it
Literally.
is.
All right. You gotta get a new
What do you-
wheel, Jack.
What do you
Hey,
want here,
shut
Mike?
up.
Do you
This
want
one's
the
perfect.
wraparound or do you want Mikey 2?
Oh. Yeah, I'll take 2.
Jack gets the wraparound. All right. So 1 Bob, 2 Mike, 3 is Jack. Normally I write these down, like all of my options down, and I just have them in my phone, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
But-
I don't have them written down either. They're just on my notes, and my phone's at 7%, and I don't like it either.
All right. Now that we're going in uncomfortable, let's begin. With the number 1 overall pick, and I don't even know how to phrase this. I don't know if I want to say fall smell or just weather.
Well, those
You
are two.
definitely can't say both.
I don't get
I was
both.
gonna
All
say,
right.
those
I'm
are
taking,
two
all right.
very different things.
All right. I'm taking the weather. I'm
Say,
taking
'cause
fall weather.
You can have a candle that smells like fall in the spring, you know?
Yeah. I think I'm taking fall weather, and I'm taking it because if I could permanently live in a weather, it would be fall weather. It'd be like that high 50s, low 60s. If it was like, okay, you live in Detroit, Michigan, you could travel other places. Like if you want to be hot, you can go to Florida. If you want to snowboard, you can go out to Colorado. But in Detroit, it's always 58 to 63. I'd be fucking psyched about that. I think that'd
Yeah.
be perfect.
I'm with you. I'm very much so with you on that. The temp is perfect.
Mhm.
Um,
Would it bother you
have-
if it never changed? Like even if you never got summer and you had to go get summer.
I think if we can push it up to about 70 be the max, like 70 be the max, I'd be okay with that. 50 to 70 for the rest of my life, I'm fucking happy.
Yep. I would agree with that.
1,000,000%.
And then you're fine with traveling to go somewhere in the
Yeah,
summer.
yeah,
and
if I wanna-
getting hot.
I mean,
that way.
it would kind of suck not being able to like go to the beach and shit. Like unless it was close. I mean, if it was like, oh, I can go to like one state over, you know. But I mean, obviously that's not usually how that works. But yeah, no, I agree with you. The weather is phenomenal. The temperature, and I don't want to really get into it because I have another pick that kind of plays into that, and there's a good
don't
explanation
get
for
into
it, and I don't want to ruin it, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. I think the weather, obviously, that's just I guess a given. I didn't think about that, but that makes complete sense.
All right, Michael. Round 1, pick 2.
Once again, this could be vetoable, but it's that beautiful time at the end of October where all 4 major sports, the diamond, the fucking the beautiful 1.5 week fucking period where you get fucking playoff World Series baseball, the start of hockey season, month into fucking the NBA, and then you're fucking balls deep in the middle of the fucking football season. It's just the best time to be a gambler. It's the best time to be a sports fan. You can have your hopes down on the Bears and your fucking hopes up on the fucking on the Blackhawks, vice versa. It's just a great time to be a sports fan. And I mean, it's one of the best couple weeks of the year.
It's an unbelievable pick. I did not have that one on my board. That's a perfect pick. You're absolutely right. When it's nights like tonight, I mean, we're recording this on Tuesday. For you guys, it's Thursday, so we have football on tonight. But nights like Tuesday nights, when you're like, shit, there's no football on, and we're in this thing, and then you're like, oh shit, wait, the Wings are on at 7:30, and then the World Series is on at 8.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
nasty.
Yeah, and then tomorrow, then on the Wednesday you're catching, granted I don't know if the Stones play any prime time, but like you're catching Stones on whatever at night and blah blah. It's just good. You just always have something going on. There's that other time at the end of hockey season, roughly, or right when the NBA ends, where it's the same thing that you get that like nice where there's a bunch of sports going on as well. But the fall one is better because you're dead dick in the middle of football season.
Yep. Yeah, the Stones ain't playing any fucking primetime games. We might be primetime in like the Philippines. They might play games at noon, dude. They might fucking put them in the middle of the day so nobody has to see.
Oh goodness, that's fucking funny.
All right, that's a great pick, Jack. Round 1, pick 3.
I'm gonna do a typical Jack draft here and really shit the bed. But I'm doing it for a good cause. This is something I love. I do not wear shorts well. So round 1, I'm gonna draft wearing pants. When you can finally wear pants again, that is just it's one of my favorite things. I no longer have to wear shorts.
What a glorious time pants is. And you don't have enough pants either,
Yeah.
You always want some different variety. You have your 2 pairs that you fucking love. You got like a pair of jeans and a great pair of sweatpants.
Yeah,
and you just say to
fucking
yourself every year,
out.
like, damn, I wish I could get some more pants. And then you look on your favorite website and they're like $110.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck.
I actually I just bought a pair. I'm fucking submitting to the baggy pants trend, unfortunately, and I bought because I have like one pair that I really like, and then I just bought a pair of like baggy Dickies that are like blue with like white stripes. They're dope, but it's like, man, now all I want to do is buy like just a bunch of Dickies because they're just dope. I'm like, man.
Yep.
But yeah, pants are the best, 100%.
Anything that helps us cover up.
And also, I wear pants throughout the summer. I wear jeans throughout the summer. Like I don't wear shorts out to the bar almost ever, unless I like went golfing or something. Or like I'm a pants guy in general. So then it's like it just makes it that much better during the fall and into the winter and whatnot. That it's just like this is my life. This is how life should be.
Right.
Yeah, pants are the best.
Pants is a great call. All right, Jack, what are you following up pants with?
Wraparound is gonna be tailgating.
Yep. Nice.
Great
football tailgating.
Yeah, that was high up on everyone's list.
Yep.
I feel like it's just like there's some shit, like some vibes that are exclusive to tailgating. A lot of like early day drinking, which is always a decent time.
Yep.
I don't know. Usually some football involved. You just can't hate it.
I think you nailed it with the day drinking. I think tailgating anything and you get to have some day drinks that's just a great fucking day. And for people like Mike and I that are, I mean, we're not old, but we are old, I'd rather get fucking blasted during the day in like a downtown city setting than at night 100 times over now.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's way more fun. And everybody's in such a great mood, especially when you got that fall weather,
Yeah. I do think that the tailgating can even play, like, as dumb as it is to say, is like you could tailgate at your like you could tailgate the game at your house. You're like,
Exactly.
this gives me a reason to start drinking and like partying now. And it's
Yep.
fall because of usually college football on Saturdays. Like you're like, this is the thing. This is the way.
I think if you are drinking at home, you should almost walk outside and crack that first beer on the porch,
Right.
on a crisp fall day.
Yeah.
It feels right. Just feels
Yeah.
right.
I don't
It's a
hate
great
that at
pick,
all.
Jack. I didn't have
Yeah,
that
well,
on my list.
he made it seem like fucking he was gonna go with pants that fit you,
Yeah,
not just
yeah,
pants.
yeah,
Throwback
Dude,
to
I
Jack's
thought,
first draft.
yeah.
God, yeah.
A lot of people forget that. Pants that
Hey, I
fit you was
stand
a
by
pick.
that fucking pick. That was one of my greater ones.
Well,
Fuck
yeah, no
That is
shit.
what
You
it
went back
means.
to pants.
That is what it means to be an adult, baby. Buying
ridiculous.
clothes that fit you. And I'm still bad at it, man, but boy, do I love some pants. I thought you guys were going to give me shit for that.
Nope, I
No,
like the
not at
pants.
all. Well, you're talking to pants guys. We're a pants podcast,
We are a
so
pants podcast for
you
sure.
know.
Pro pants.
Um, I'm gonna stay on the clothing. I'm gonna stay with clothing, and I'm gonna
Figured.
go with hoodies.
Yep.
And this is what I was gonna talk about with the weather. And I'm going to say this, and this is a hard stance here. A fall hoodie is better than a fucking spring hoodie, and there's no two ways about it. And the reason why there's a difference is because in the fall you want to put that hoodie on so badly. You're like, fuck yeah, I get to start putting fits together with the hoodie. It's finally getting cold. I want to stay warm and look good. And in the spring, a hoodie's like, all I want to do is take this off so I can it can be warm and I can go to the beach. But like the
Yep.
fall hoodie, it's like, this is what I'm basing my fit around. This is what I'm wearing. You know what I mean? Like it's just the best. And it's actually doing its purpose. It's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
The hoodie.
I love that.
Yeah.
Damn, that one was on my list, and I really wanted that one.
Also, I'm not. I mean, a crew neck and a hoodie. Which one do you like better?
I like a hoodie better.
I need the hood.
Yeah.
I got a weird looking neck sometimes.
I'm liking
God,
though.
Jack, I fucking love you.
Yeah, I don't have a great neck either. I'm not here for it. We should go turtleneck though, Jack. We should try to do that.
A little Dwayne the Rock? Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to get big. I do like. What do you think about like the kind of oversized crew necks though? I've kind of been digging those. I've seen a couple. They don't have one for the Lions, but Nike has these fucking dope new like heather crew necks, and they are fucking sick, but they're only for like specific teams, and it's like retro. It'll just have the retro team logo up here and then the Nike swoosh, and they are nasty. They're just like a little bit longer. They just hang a little longer, and I just think that's like a better look than like
You're
a normal
saying then
crew neck.
having like that, like kind of like tight. You know how like the wrists are
Yeah,
tight. Like kind
I
of
think
having
a
that like
looser
tight.
bottom is
Yeah.
almost like better, like cleaner.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I could definitely see that. I like a crew neck when it's, I don't know. I like a hood just way better because it's more versatile. You can put things over it. You can wear it by itself. You can keep your fucking head warm.
Right.
But there's a place in the closet for crew necks. But yeah, I'm a hoodie guy. But
For
I do
sure.
like the concept of I just think like it just sucks being a shorter guy, but I just think anything that's a little bit oversized. I'm so glad that that's like the fads the last like 5 to 6 years, where like oversized shit is a little bit like better. Just because
Yeah.
I don't know, I like the thought of it. I always kind of have.
Yeah, it's good
What?
for the short guys. Just like
Yeah.
when shorts happen. Good for the short guys.
Oh,
Gives
fucking
a little
giant
gives
for
a
the short
little
guys.
length to the legs,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly. And we don't. Not every pair of basketball shorts or every pair of fucking Nike shorts that you buy doesn't go past your knees, and like you have to,
Yeah.
you look like a fucking hoodlum for the
Yeah.
first 25 years of your life. But
Yeah.
what?
Shout
One
out to
last thing on
hoodies.
the sweatshirts. What do you
Yeah.
think about the t-shirt coming out the bottom of the sweater?
I think there's a time and a place for it, and I think it can look real sick if you do it right.
Fair. Okay. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big
All right.
fan. All right, let's make it happen too, Bob.
Number 2, I am going to take the first meal in this draft,
No, don't do it to me.
and I'm gonna go ahead and take chili.
Mm.
Because fall time is fucking chili time. I've
Damn, I thought
literally,
you were gonna stay away.
my dad and I have been talking about chili. I'm not shitting you, for the last 3 weeks. And this week he finally told me, he was like, "Yep, I'm making it on Wednesday." And I was
I
like, "All
love
right,
that.
that's sick." So I just like, there's just something about fall when you get that first cold breeze. That's just one of the first thing that comes to my head. It's like, holy shit, we get to eat some chili soon.
Yeah, I need some fucking chili.
Yep. And just the house smelling like chili, especially like when you go to your parents' house and your mom's making chili, like that's fucking sweet.
Mm.
Nothing better. It's just a holiday kind of, just good times are coming when chili's out.
Yeah, and just comfort food. It's just a good fucking food. I didn't think you were gonna take that. I mean, actually, I did, but I was hoping that you just kind of forgot about it. I don't know. It's a great pick.
Now, are you a normal chili guy or are you white chicken chili guy?
So I'm both, but I mean, at the heart of hearts, I am a normal chili guy. But I did recently
Same.
make a white chicken chili, and it was phenomenal. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I really liked it. It was a good switch up. But yeah, no, I mean, if there's nothing that beats just a normal chili. You a
I
beans guy
agree.
or no beans guy?
I was just gonna ask you that. I don't care either way. I'm totally fine with beans. I like the kidney beans in them. Doesn't
Yeah,
bother me one
I'm
bit.
I'm I'm actually the same way, which is lame. But yeah, no, I can care less either way.
Hmm. You know what I like though? That, I mean, I'm gonna give a big tip here away, but this recipe that I found for chili has changed the way I think about it. It has, not only does it have ground beef, or I put ground turkey in it, but it also has ground Italian sausage in
Ooh,
there too. And it is very good. And they like the sweetness of the Italian sausage just works with the chili so well. And then you put this recipe that I use calls for sugar, like a
oh,
decent amount of
really?
sugar, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, dude, it's like it's like candy. This chili recipe that I found, it's good. Jack, you'll try it this year. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, but yeah. So if you're kind of trying to mix it up this year with the chili, try throwing in some sugar, maybe some Italian sausage. I think it's a nice little addition to normal
You
chili.
know what's what's funny is that I'm the complete opposite. Is that like I want that extra spice, so I'm the guy that's like, let's throw an entire jalapeno in there. Dice it up fine.
Yeah,
Throw a whole jalapeno in there. I don't need sweetness. I want the spice.
I do that too, though. So you
Oh
get
fuck, you're
both.
out here. Yeah, you're
Oh,
out
dude,
here. That
big
sounds
time.
great.
It's a little bit of everything.
Damn.
Sometimes I make food and I'm like, fuck, dude, this doesn't taste like anything. This is definitely not how it's supposed to be. That chili,
Mhm.
when you're just throwing things in a pot, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, wrap around with
All right.
my, as of right now, technically, do we want to go 4? How's everybody feeling right now?
Yeah,
I
we can go
am
for
not ready to go for.
All right, we'll stick with
Mhm.
3.
Well,
I am going to go with a cold sleep.
oh, I sleep cold every night, so I don't know how
Yeah,
that feels.
That is
well,
really fucking good.
yeah, but the fall time, it's different. Like last night, like I sleep cold every night too. I sleep with a fan on me. But this morning when I woke up, it was so cold in like my room, in my bed, because like it was just fucking cold outside. And it was one of those mornings where it's like, dude, how am I supposed to not call in sick today? This is impossible. And I somehow, shout out to me, got into the office and fucking
Shout
grinded for
out
8
to
hours
me.
like the
Love
American
that.
that I am. But nothing better than a fall cold sleep. If you can take a nice little snooze with the windows down at 4 o'clock on a Sunday, like in the middle of the football games with the fucking cold fall breeze coming over you, nothing beats it.
No, you're right. I mean, just sleeping cold in general is just a absolute must, and it's very nice when it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
When the universe makes it easy for you, and you don't need the fan necessarily blasting on you or the AC, this
Right.
artificial air. You know,
You You just get that natural, like,
Yeah.
fridge temperature cold. There is nothing
Yeah.
like it, and I felt that this morning, and that's what made me think about
Well,
this.
it's beautiful because right now is the time where you don't have the AC on anymore, but you don't have the heat on. So like
Yep.
midday, it's perfect in the house. But when it's at night, it's actually getting cold and you don't have the heat on, and you're like, oh, it's the
Yep.
best. And you wake up like
Exactly.
that as well.
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing. That
That
natural
is
now.
good. Shout out to that time. This is the time when you don't have to use the heat or the AC.
See,
That's a good fall draft pick.
but you know what's fucked up? I want to counter that real quick. Is that the car is that every morning the last week I have to wake up, put my
Oh, car's a
fucking
mess.
put my heat on and my seat warmers on in the morning, and then when I'm leaving work, I gotta flip it all around, turn my
Yep.
fucking AC back on because my car is hot as shit.
Not even leaving work either. On your way still to work when it
Yeah,
was cold, now you're like sweating your cock off. And you're like, all
yeah,
right, we got to flip this back around.
yeah. It's the worst.
Yep. All right, Mike.
Oh
Last
shit,
pick.
I'm up. I was gonna say Jack, you're up, bud. I'm gonna go with the no brainer here. I'm just gonna go with Halloween.
Yep. I'm glad it was taken.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna, just let it go to fucking Jackson, but I don't know. Halloween's honestly, it's the only it's the only holiday you don't have to like go see your family, which I love my family, but it's not, like you have no obligation. You get
No
to
pressure.
yeah, you can either do party shit if you got nieces and nephews or kids. You can go do your trick or treating. If you are a child, you go do your trick or treating. It's like you get to dress slutty. You get to have go to fun parties. It's just
Yep.
it's just a good time. Bars have like that's just a good holiday with no pressure and a whole bunch of fun. No matter what age you are.
You're right.
Just a
Yeah, I
good
mean, and if Halloween just works perfectly with the fucking fall vibe, dude.
time.
You know, like I'm not even that big of a pumpkin carving guy, but I mean, I'll rip a couple pumpkins, no problem. You throw me
Yeah,
a pumpkin, I'll rip
dude. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't carved a pumpkin in probably like 12 years, and have pumpkin carving on my list because I was like, oh, that's a fun thing.
It is a fun thing.
I want to carve a fucking pumpkin this year.
All right, let's make it happen.
I'm
We'll
just
make it
saying.
happen. We can do that. We can carve a couple of fair enough pumpkins.
We should do it
And
live.
yeah, we'll do it live and we'll send them to a lucky listener. When they get there, they'll be mush.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
Yeah, I don't got much else
you'll
to
know
say
that.
about Halloween.
No,
What?
Halloween's great. I have a lot to say about it, but I don't want to tip any picks. So let's get to
Okay,
Jax. And we'll go honorable mentions.
okay. I was gonna say, what's your favorite Halloween costume, but we can go over that later.
You guys already absolutely doused my list.
What do you mean?
Really?
What do you
You
have
named
left?
about 700 fucking picks, and then Bob says he doesn't want to tip any fucking picks. I'm
No, we
sitting here
did
just
not,
crossing
dude.
shit off my list. Just
No, we did
crossing it
not.
off.
No
What did
way,
he
dude. I
tip?
was
What did
being
he
very
tip?
careful not to
But
tip
it's
I thought
okay.
anything.
Carving pumpkin was tipping picks, but other than that, I don't think you tip picks.
Carving pumpkins is tipping picks. Costumes, tipping picks.
Well, that's
What are you
Halloween.
taking here? Yeah, what are you
I wasn't
taking?
going to take any of those, but only so that we have it on record that Bob is not the high and mighty fucking draft integrity king.
Oh yeah,
Tipped picks.
that's well established. I've fucked up many of these drafts.
All right,
I
good.
just don't like to take it on the chin. So
All right.
delete that part when I admit it.
Absolutely keeping
I'll
it
admit
in.
it to you guys, no problem.
All right, pick 3. I am gonna go and feel free to veto this because technically it's like an any time of year thing, but I think it hits harder than ever during the fall, and it's a good old fashioned bonfire.
Yep. I would totally agree that that's fall.
Yeah, yeah. It's the same thing with the hoodie. How I explained it, the fall over spring. You do it, but it's
Yeah.
like it's you want to be doing it during the fall. Like this is fun during the fall.
Yeah, when it gets down to like, 50-ish, just over 50 like at night and you're sitting around a fire and you're not hot but you're not freezing your dick off yet.
That's money.
Money.
Jeans, hoodie.
Jeans, hoodie.
Yeah,
Pair of sneaks.
Yep.
Let's let her rip.
I will say
Yeah,
I do
bonfires
not
unmatched.
enjoy.
Dude, I have not we should make a point to do that this fall because I have not sat around a fire in probably 2 years.
I lost him.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
lost
you're
him
back.
too. Yep.
Now you're back.
Oh.
How long has it been?
And we're back. It's been a second.
Dude, it's been like 2 years since I sat around a fire. I'm pissed.
Holy shit.
2 years?
Yeah, I don't remember
Oh,
doing it
okay.
last year.
We'll go to Brad's. Brad's got a fire.
Brad's got a fire.
Yep.
All right, bet.
Honorable mentions? Feels like there's a lot left on the
Yeah, there's a lot of meat on the bone.
yeah. I'll go first. Fall candles.
Mm. Candy.
Mm.
I love a good candle. I mean, like I'm a big like cinnamon roll candle guy. A good pumpkin. The one that I got from the store yesterday was pumpkin cookie. I said, "Sure. Sign me
Sure.
up for one of those." That's going to smell good for sure.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it's been blasting all day. What else you got, Michael?
Thanksgiving / Friendsgiving.
Yep. That was on my list as well. I thought either Halloween or that was going to take. It's like
I don't love
almost its
Thanksgiving as
own
much,
thing.
but- Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's hard to even say it's fall. It's almost like its own thing.
Yeah. That's why if I were to make that pick, I would have went with the Friendsgiving and not Thanksgiving because I
Right.
agree Thanksgiving is like its own fucking thing.
Yeah.
But it is fun.
Scary movies.
Not a scary movie guy, so I don't have that on my list, but fucking peak season.
I was in between Cold Sleep and scary movies at the end there. And this, I don't know if you guys have been seeing this Saw 10. I'm not even a Saw guy, but this Saw 10 trailer's been firing me up for some scary movies. That one and that Nun 2 trailer was flying around for a minute. There's a couple of good scary movies out right now.
I wouldn't know. I do not keep
Very
tabs.
slept on pick. My birthday.
Very slept on is right.
Let's
Weird.
admit it. We're all stoked for it every year.
It was at the top of my list, and I didn't pick it somehow, which is crazy.
Must have just slipped the mind. That's all right.
We are stoked for Jack's birthday. He is going to be 22.
My
Yeah,
It's
fucking
nothing to nobody.
my T Swift year, baby.
You're officially out of birthdays.
Yeah.
Well, you get a 30th. After
Yeah, I
that,
mean,
you're out of birthdays.
25 isn't that bad. 30 is obviously a big one. But yeah,
Yep.
I mean, you're pretty much dead at this point.
Cider donuts? Any love for cider donuts?
I was gonna say I got some. Yeah, I have like no, I have big. I thought so. I didn't want. I don't know. I already went in on pumpkin donuts, so I didn't want to go donut anything. Like I didn't want to go any like flavored foods because I like caramel apple. Even the pumpkin shit. Anything
Oh, yeah.
fucking cider apple. All
You weren't
fire.
going to pick any of those?
I mean, if we went 5 rounds, yeah. But I wanted to stick to my guts and my heavy hitters and stuff.
Yep.
I had
wanted
the
to.
caramel apples on mine.
Yeah, that's fire.
Are you guys cider guys? Like, will you just drink? Like, if given a
No.
glass of cider?
I fucking love cider. I think I got that from Laura.
I hate cider, dude. I was like, Jax definitely loves it. Yeah, that's definitely, our mom definitely loves cider. There's no way she doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah, she
Yep.
pounds cider.
I also had corn maze on mine. I love a good old fashioned corn maze. Come on.
Have you ever
don't get
been to a
stoked?
corn maze?
Yeah, I've been to a million corn mazes.
Oh, maybe I
A
don't know,
million?
I've
I've
been to
never
none.
been to
Like
one.
hundreds of
Never been to
thousands of
one.
corn mazes. No. That is such a lie, bro. We used to do one like every year at the old Johnsons.
I wasn't there for that.
You were fucking there.
Sorry.
You were there.
You were leading yourself through the corn maze because I was not a part of that.
I can't believe you guys have never done a fucking corn maze. We grew up in a fucking corn maze. All of us.
Thousands of them. I've done them
Yeah.
from fucking the North Pole and South. You name it, I've been to that
a
maze.
handful of corn mazes per day.
Fuck.
You're like fucking
How often
Dwight
do you think
Schrute,
about
dude.
corn mazes?
You're the hay king.
Yeah, you're the hay king.
Yeah,
Dude,
how
Man,
often
that's
do you think
upsetting.
about corn mazes? That's what big fucking white girls should be asking. Is how often do
yeah.
you think about corn mazes? Because
So Jack, I got a question. Corn maze or pumpkin patch?
oh, race debate.
Those are hand in hand, my brother.
Okay.
What if
Pick
you're
one.
going on a date?
Yeah, okay.
If
That's
I'm
what I
going
was
on a
gonna say.
date,
Yep,
maze for sure.
yep. You send
Gonna
her
get
in
lost
alone,
in the
or are you
maze.
going with her?
No, I go in with her and then I
Oh,
platform my problem solving intelligence and lead us through that motherfucker and then look like a
Jack,
hero at the end.
that does
Jack's
look good.
doing Jack's doing belly to belly missionary in the corn maze.
Yeah, dude, she's sick. I thought you were gonna be like, send her in by herself. If she makes it back out, it's kind of like a maze runner situation. She's worthy.
Ah,
All
young
Jack's
adult
dates,
of the
dude.
corn.
Jack's got fucking 11 bitches lost in the corn maze right now. I haven't found the right
uh,
one, dude. I haven't found it.
yeah.
I haven't found the right one, and they haven't found me either. So who's really messing up here?
They have not found their way out of the maze yet. So who's really down bad?
How are they supposed to handle the intricacies of my brain if they can't handle this corn maze?
This maze is nothing compared to me.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking
So,
about the Roman Empire 24/7. She can't even handle a maze.
bro, I wanted to mention this earlier, but I'll mention it now. Did you guys see those videos that dudes were making? Like they were a couple of chicks in their living room or whatever, and they were watching football, and the girls get up and leave. And right as soon as the door closes, they go, "Oh, finally!" And then they turn the channel, and it's like a Rome documentary.
I've not seen those. I might have to dip down the hashtag Rome tonight
There's a bunch of good ones, yeah.
on TikTok.
That's funny.
Any other honorable mentions here?
I mean, just all clothing. I mean, just fall
Yeah,
fall style.
flannels,
boots, fucking just
the boots,
bombers over hoodies, which I already
Timbs,
took.
bring the Tim back.
Like just fall apparel, the colorways, the browns and the reds and the oranges and the blues that kind of pop in here and there. It's just it all works. They just all fucking work, dude.
They do work. I need like a brown orange
Yeah.
situation going. I don't got much orange.
I don't have much orange either, but I got a lot of brown stuff and like beige stuff, and I like I like tans and neutral tans and shit like that. I'm a big fan of, but it's just fall style is the best. Summer style is the worst.
Yep.
Winter is the most unfortunate. Fall is the best. Spring is number 2.
Does a leaf do anything for you? How do you guys feel about a leaf?
Been looking
A
at
color
leaves my whole
changed
life.
leaf.
No, not once, not never.
Okay.
I get
like
more
the
excited
signs.
when the leaves come back.
Yeah, I'll say the science behind it's a little cooler than the actual fucking leaf itself.
You know what's
know?
kind of wild? The most beautiful leaves that I had ever always been in consistent contact with were the leaves actually at our first house, Jack, on North Oakley.
Those big old brown
In
boys.
in the hood in Saginaw. Yeah, dude, we just had for whatever reason on North Oakley there are a bunch of giant trees and the leaves were different colors all the way up and down North Oakley, and it actually looked incredible. And that was the worst place that we ever lived.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then you look a little closer, and it's less incredible.
Yeah, dude, don't dig through the leaves.
Yeah. Don't even put your hands.
You might
in
get
those
fucking
piles.
poked with something. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
you don't want to do that.
I did have raking leaves on my list. That's the only one that has not been mentioned.
Yeah,
But I have
little manual
fond,
labor.
Yeah, I have fond memories of raking leaves. I feel like that was we used to go to our great grandma's house and shit and make a family fucking day of it. Have a bunch of chili and stuff.
Yeah, that was a sick day.
But the actual act is terrible. A little bit satisfying, but terrible.
It is satisfying how well a rake works when you use it to do.
How does it do that? It's
when you're raking
the shit out of the grass.
You're like, oh fuck, like those wire ones, like those big wire. You're like, this is not gonna do a fucking thing, and all of a sudden you're like,
yeah,
there's grass. Like it's incredible.
It grabs all them bitches, dude. It doesn't care at all. It's got no remorse for them leaves.
Yeah. Or when you feel it start gripping the grass a little bit, you're getting in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, raking's good.
Yeah, it's crazy that
Romans
there's
got to be behind the rake, right?
dude. They gotta have some sort of break.
Not Googling it, just saying yes.
All right. Yes.
I mean, if I had to guess,
I
I would
believe it
say
was
yes.
Caesar.
Yep.
Yeah, he had to rake
Caesar.
those leaves around his head somehow.
True.
Yeah,
exactly.
he did. That's how do you think he gathered those? You think that was
Yeah.
just by happenstance? He just ran into them?
Yeah, you think he bent down and fucking picked them? No way.
Yeah,
Not a
that's
chance.
hilarious.
He put them in a bag and then picked them out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I
Eat it.
got. Anybody
Yeah,
got
okay.
else? Anything else?
That'll
No
do
more
it.
honorable mentions.
Yeah, fucking. I mean, just all the flavored booze that comes out during the fall. I mean, fun beers, fun little drinks.
That was
And
one
I
thing
mean-
that I was gonna add for sure was definitely fall drinks, even cocktails, like
Yeah.
you said. Like
Yeah,
when people
like-
are like, "All right, let's pop some cinnamon sugar on the rim of this beer just because it's
Yeah.
fall." It's like, hell
Yeah,
yeah,
the
dude, let's
fucking
do that.
Caramel
Yeah.
schnapps comes out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's basically
like,
just
"What is
candy
this?"
drinks, and it's sick.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yep.
forgot about those. Love them.
Okay. Shout out to the fall. Episode 85 is a wrap. Last episode popped off on YouTube. Make this one pop off too. And subscribe on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Find us on Instagram. We love you guys. Ocho Cinco episode is a wrap. Peace.
News.